Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you a gimbal, and this is made by ZHIYUN and it's the Smooth Q3. Now I have the Q2 back in 2019 and at that time it was the most compact gimbal. And this one here does a bit more than your usual gimbal, which I will tell you more in later on as a demo. Very affordable in 2021 because I got this one from Amazon for £79. So I have Prime, so delivery is free, but if you even add delivery, you still can get this for less than £100. As usual, my video is not scripted. I'm just going to open the box, show you guys what my experience is like using it firsthand. If you are researching for a gimbal, and you find my information useful, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe to my channel and help me grow. So let's open this and have a look what is inside. I love the packaging. Very nice, smooth and sleek and clean. And once you open the box, you have your service card, usually a quick setup guide. And then it's cleanly laid out what is inside. So you got your tripod base. It should be an improved version from before. So first of all, this is made by plastic. In a way, maybe not as sturdy as metal, but if you need to like carry it around and using it as a handle, being plastic is not such a bad thing either. Then you have your USB-C cable. So in here, you got your instruction booklets. And then finally, you got your gimbal, which is right here. Now, overall, it's all plastic casing. And this one is a 3-axle gimbal. So it's nice to see that they do listen to our concerns. So when I testing the Q2, I was saying that all the motor was freely like moving or flapping around when you're not having a camera on when they are folded. But this time, there is a little bit of movement here, but it's kind of restricted by the handle, so you can't really like flip it around. But all the other joints, there is like a catch. So now you can lock it in place when you have finished using the gimbal. All you need to do is turn it and then click in place, and then it doesn't move anymore. Tripod mount at the bottom here, which is ideal for mounting your base. I personally, when I'm using a gimbal like this, I always have the base on anyway because that acts as my handle. And I do like a bit more reach when I'm doing a vlog. Okay, it does have a nice grip. Ergonomic wise, it fits my hands quite nicely, and I got big hands. You got trigger button on the rear of the machine, and you got the power button at the back as well. On the side here, you got your USB cable entry. You got a thumb dial, and then you got mode button, and then you got a record button on the front. On the side here, you got a kind of a push up and down notch, which I will explain to you each of the other function in a minute. So with the base attached, you can have it on the table, and it looks like this. It's gray in color. The pad here is a slightly different color. So you got two tones of gray. On the side here is the company model name, Smooth Q3. Overall, very good design. I do like it a lot. Now let's go on to the software, because you do need to have the app to use the full function of the gimbal. The app that you will need to control the gimbal is called ZHIYUN. It does take you to Apple Store, or App Store, which I trust. And I actually done it without looking at the instructions, so it's quite intuitive what you need to do. So there's a silver metal knob right here, which locks the vertical shaft. So you undone the knob, and they say here phone camera direction, so you want the camera to be on this side. So I have the gimbal set up like this, and you push it between the clamp. A typical phone clamp, you just kind of extend it. Just make sure if you do have a case that they do go into the slot neatly, or else it might come off. And then try to balance it as much as you can. At the moment you can see that the lens side is heavy, so it's keep tilting this way. So all you need to do is push it into the middle slightly more. Still need to go a bit more. Okay, so now almost balanced. Would you, ZHIYUN would like to use Bluetooth? Yes, because that's how you connect to that. And then you press the power button, which is on the other side of the gimbal, top side of the gimbal. And you press and hold the power for 3 seconds. Okay, so the motor spring in action, and now is kind of like stabilizing the phone. So as soon as I click the button, smooth Q3, and then the kind of a serial number, yours might be different, come up and you press connect. Bluetooth pairing request, so you pair it. And it got a tick, so now it's kind of connected. Hardware module needs to be activated the first time the device is connected. Make sure your Bluetooth is on. So now I have the app running in the background. The basic function will be using the thumb to control left, right, up, down, etc. And then you got your mode. At the moment, it will follow wherever I'm turning to go, but lock on the up and down. Every press will change the mode. So this one now, even the head is locked. So this is like playing with a kind of a chicken head thing. So it's always pointing that direction. If you press mode again, this time it will follow your motion, even up and down. So you can tilt it up and tilt it down. This is just stabilize the phone whichever way that it goes. And POV, this is just general smoothing out all your movement, but it will follow wherever you point it to. So unlike the previous versions of the gimbal, I think ZHIYUN actually gone a long way. The app is very, very sleek, and there is all the video to show you how to use your gimbal. For example, the quick start guide. Obviously there is a piece of paper here to show you, but now everything has their own video, and they're kind of a very good production as well. It makes you want to go out and create something. If you are buying this product for 70 odd pounds and you have no clue about gimbal, all you need to do is just watch all the videos and it will tell you everything you need to know how to use this. So I got the gimbal set up now. You can see that it's on the app camera instead of the normal phone camera. Trigger wise, if you double click, it kind of resets the view to standard. If you double click, it center the gimbal, but if you click 3 times, it turns sideways. So this is one very good function that they have. But I haven't seen the function that allow you to flip it to face yourself. So I'm not sure if it actually has that function or not, but I guess over time I will find out. I always find interesting gadgets to show you guys on this channel, and I think this one is fantastic. So I have the app running, and I'm using an iPhone user, and look at this. I might have to take off my watch. Look at that, how cool is that? You can actually see the phone on your watch, and you can ask it to record, and you also can set the point of follow, so you can have it like set up to follow you, which is the next function I want to show you guys. So you see that is real time. I might not use this function, but just to as a bragging right in the pub, I think this is really, really good. I mean, the app itself is quite simple to use. It's just like your phone app with all the settings that you have. I set it at 4K, 30 frames per second, and you got Beautify as well. So this is something that why I want to use the phone instead of using the GoPro. The GoPro 9 is actually really good in terms of stabilization, but it's still a bit of hassle if you want to upload something to, like, for example, Facebook or TikTok. This one, once you record it, you add it on your phone, and you actually can upload straight to the internet. Single press to start smart following. So if you just point at the hand and press it once, and now it will follow my hand. How amazing is that? If I am filming myself and I don't have someone to hold the camera for me, I can set it at a distance and press the button, or use my phone, or use my watch to set myself as a target. And look at this. So it is following my face. Okay, I can see myself clearly in the middle, and I'm going to press record button. So I just use my watch to start the recording, and it's hands-free, so it's kind of like away from me. And I already set point of interest, which is my face, and look at this. And I can continue doing this video hands-free. So if I say that, okay, let's see how good it is in terms of following my face. So I'm in my gym, If I come over here, walk over here, playing hide and seek, I mean, the technology is not new. I have seen gimbal can do this before, but it's so intuitive in terms of like, having it on your watch. This is just unbelievable. But it's a bit odd, like, looking at the watch all the time like this. So let's end this recording and move on to something else. So this is another function that I just discovered. So for example, if you are filming like this, okay, it's quite high up. But what if you want to do a low angle? So for example, if you want to go really low on the ground, all you need to do is hold this upside down and watch the phone. It flips the phone for you. So now you can go as low as you want, like almost like to the floor. And when you turn it, and the phone turns back in the normal position for you. So, this is one of the smoothest gimbal that I have used. And another good function that this model has, which I haven't seen in other gimbal yet so far, or at least I haven't been researching into others, is that on the top right here, there is actually a LED light. If you press it, and it will turn on. It doesn't look that bright at the moment because I'm in my studio and all the lights is turned on. But actually, this is perfect for if you are in a club or if you're in a restaurant and if you want a bit of light, you can. So every time you press it, it rotates. And when you press and hold it, it switch off. Another function I love about this gimbal is that if you are using the app to record, on the side here where the W and T, you can have it adjusting focus, or you can use it for in and out. Obviously that will be some kind of a digital enhanced zooming, but it does add a bit to your creativity. Now I can only say that, for an iPhone that it can do all those functions, but as an Android user, I'm not too sure because I don't have an Android device at the moment, so I can only show you what the iPhone can do. But so far, so good. And I do think using plastic is the right thing to do in this case. I do love a bit of like metal alloy to make sure that it's, sturdy and hardy and stuff like that. But this is just so light and so easy to control. And absolutely zero noise whatsoever. Now I know some of you prefer to use your phone because you can do beautifying from your phone. Obviously you can do processing in the PC, but the whole point of using your phone instead of using a DSLR camera is like you do all the processing in the phone. Now I am quite old now, so my skin is quite awful, but to be honest with you, if I'm to catch fish someone, you can always use the phone because you have options to choose Beautify. So there's a logo with a kind of a sparkle. You click on that. Doesn't work on 4K, unfortunately. If I press the beautifying logo, so at the moment I think it's off. And if I press auto, oh my god, look at my face. I think it's a bit too much though. It looks a bit too plasticky. So let's say I do want to, ooh, you see that? When it's like this, you can't look at my face. Anyway, that's crazy. So if you want to catch fish someone and make yourself look extra beautiful, all you need to do is use the app. Because now I'm looking fantastic. I look like I'm like 10 years old, 15 years younger. But it's a bit plasticky, so actually what you can do is you can actually change it. So at the moment it's on auto, so everything kind of max out. So for example, if I say, okay, you know what, my skin is way too smooth and looks too crazy, you can click on smooth and change it. So at the moment it's on 50. So if I turn it all the way down, so now I can see a bit more wrinkles and all my blemishes is coming through. And if I turn it all the way to 100, what will happen? Do I turn into a plastic doll? Oh my god, this is so unrealistic. Even my eyebrow is kind of like, you know, smooth out. But anyway, so let's change it back to what I think is acceptable. And then let's play around with the rest. So you can't just turn like, you know, everything to 15. So every single function you need to change it yourself. So slimming, at the moment my chin looks so good, but actually this is not supposed to be like that. So you see that? It looks a bit subtle, but actually if you change, ooh, look at my neck. Ooh. But it doesn't work on 4K unfortunately, so I did try when I tried to do a different camera. It does say that it does not work in 4K or 1080p 60 frames per second. I'm sure in the future, maybe the next generation, it will work, but at the moment, this is what is available. So I turned off my studio light. This is basically there's a lot of light at the back. So this is your typical scenario in for example, in a restaurant or in somewhere which is really, really dark. And you got loads of light, maybe street light outside, but it's too dark to see your face. So what you can do is just touch the top of the gimbal where the light is. For example, touch it and hold it. And now there is a light on my face. It's not like a ring light or anything like that, but you can see that, you know, it's actually catching sparkle in my eyes. So that is quite good. So this is the next level. So a bit brighter. And this is the third level. This is the brightest setting. It does help to illuminate my face and stuff like that, but it's not like a modeling light or, you know, studio light, but I think it is good enough. So now, not only that, I got the light on my face, and I actually got the autofollow as well on my face. So now I'm going to turn off the light so that you can see what's the difference again. So like I say, I'm always looking out for extra function and stuff like that, but I think with the technology going on from 2019 to 2021, I think it's just like an exponential curve. I think if you compare the Q2 to the Q3, if you're looking into upgrading, definitely upgrade to the Q3. The Q2 it was good, it was compact, and it has some funky functions as well, like in turning the camera like 360 and all that. But actually, to have a good camera and a good lighting system for your daily vlog and content creation, I think the Q3 is a lot better gimbal than before. So here I am, the arm's length away from my phone, and this is actually recording. I actually have the auto following on at the moment, so if I move around, the gimbal do try to keep up with me. So you got one function which is like stabilization, and the second function is following my face while it's stabilizing. So that adds another dimension in terms of what it can do. So if I stand in front of the mirror here, then you can see a bit more of what's going on. So I am actually moving and shaking, and while I am moving my body around, oh, I'm out of angle, so it lost me. And then you got a red square there, but it's okay because we can start again. One button on the trigger button, if you press it once, it finds my face, and here we go again. So my arms a bit maybe tiring. And I got my selfie light on at the moment, so you know it does help a bit. So you see that light on top of the gimbal? Woo. Yeah, so that light do work. I will try to go through as much of the function as I can in this one video, but it's just there is so much to go through. For example, this is your gimbal control while you're in the app. You can have walk and you can have run, so that will help to like see how much stabilization that you need. And then you got follow mode, so you can change it from using the mode button, or you can change it in the app. The zoom speed, for example, how fast or slow the digital zoom, you can do it here. And the joystick speed, how fast do you want these to go, and you can change it in the app as well. For example, there is lots of templates which is free for you to use. So I have downloaded this one. When you first press on it, you need to download it. Now this one is about 6 megabytes. So let's say we press apply. And there's some clips that I have filmed with the phone just now. So you got like a couple of seconds of each of them. And then you press on the clips that you want to apply that filter to. Okay, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 segments of a few seconds video. And you press next. And the clever thing is it puts it together for you, just like a GoPro. They have the same proprietary editing software. But look at this. Well, I personally think that the 70 odd pounds is not just buying the gimbal, but you're actually buying the interface, the software and everything as well. Obviously you can use the gimbal without using the app, but I think you get the most creativity sweet out of using the app. Hands-free. So thank you very much for watching. I can't wait to see you next time with more interesting gadgets. Bye bye.